Yeah, I think we have enough people have joined now, so we can start the stream.
Okay.
So my name is Dominic. I'm the community manager for Catan World Explorers. Welcome to the live stream. Today I have, as always, I have Nate Chatelier with me. He's the lead designer of Catan World Explorers, and he's also the studio head of Nerd Ninjas, who are the first studio to develop a game on the Niantic Real World platform. And today we want to show you our biggest update today. That's at least how I call it. I don't know if you call it that yourself, but I think we have 3 big features coming, and you're going to show us all of them. And I think they are changing a lot in the game. Before we dive in, I just want to mention, if you have any questions, please use the function on Zoom to post them in the FAQ, and we'll dive into that after we've introduced all the new changes. So welcome, Nate.
Thank you so much. Privilege as always to be here with you, Dom. I love what you do for the community, and we have some exciting features coming. And I'm especially, this is the biggest build update we've ever released. And there's specifically some things that you guys have all been asking for a while. So I'm really thrilled to show some of that. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's go. I think the first one is actually my favorite of the 3. I love it that you picked this as the first one. I've been excited for this for such a long time.
Me too. You guys can probably already guess what you're seeing here. So we have a new, on the side here, we have a new quest sidebar. And so we've moved a few things around. The journal has gone to the left, the shop is down on the bottom right, and we have these little bubbles that appeared over on the left here. And these bubbles now will highlight a few things. They'll highlight completed quests, brand new quests, quest updates. So what you just saw there, let me back that up a little bit here. So this is a shrub to our quest to collect shrubs. And so you'll notice as we're walking around here and we collect this shrub, I'm going to pause here for a second. And so we get this little pop out here and it shows a check. And so we just completed that quest, which is quite nice. And now it says quest completed, and that one automatically goes to the top of this list. So it's very easy to click on it with this nice animation. The goal was to search 5 shrubs. We did that. The rewards are right here. And now you can just tap to continue and all the rewards pop out. We also had, you'll notice these exclamation points. These are brand new quests that we will push to you. So one of the things that this will allow now is us for, let's say, special event weekends, or maybe even season-long quests, or a variety of other things in the future, still to be determined. We can push brand new quests to you. Maybe they can even start from your inbox. There's a lot of fun that we can have there. The last thing I'll highlight here is, you'll notice this little Gilda timer thing here. And so we have, we can do even timed things now to show, like, perhaps we have this special quest, you have to finish it by the end of the weekend to earn something special. It just basically is a framework that allows us to do a lot of fun things in the future. And I can't wait to start using it more often.
I really love the timer. I've seen this in comments in the community from time to time. New players come in and they say like, oh, I have this quest from Gilda, but it suddenly vanished and it's like the daily quest. And so it's very visible, like, how long do I have to do this quest? Like, is it something I can take my time with, or do I have to hurry up a little bit? So yeah, I think, as you mentioned, this offers so many opportunities to make fun gameplay, add something new. Yeah, and I think it comes with actually its own updated quest line when you enter the game, right?
It's going to be. So that's actually what I was going to highlight right here. So this is a stepping stone to what will be coming in a future build. And that is to better onboard new players. We have a big, long intro quest chain that will be coming. And what you're seeing this particular hunt is, this particular quest, Shrub Hunt, is one of many quests that will help walk the players through all of the mechanics of the game and introduce them. So that's coming soon.
That's great.
I think that's it here. Dom, any other questions, comments before I move on?
I think we don't have any questions for this topic at this point, but I'm sure our explorers will come up with something in a few minutes, and we'll come back to that later. So if you want to know anything about the new quest system, let us know. Yeah. Phil Robinson says they love that they get 20 coins just for collecting 5 scrubs. So I'm not sure if this will actually be the quest that's in the game.
we have a little nudge for new players here, but we're still we're finalizing all of that. Don't get used to that one. That would be nice, huh? I would like that.
So let's dive into the next big topic. I think this is actually like quests, like we had quests in the game, we improved this. I think it's a big improvement, but this is something really new, and it has it hasn't existed in that way.
It is. We're trying to balance here between, we hear you a lot. We want quality of life changes, we want bug fixing. And so we want all those things as well. And we're trying to slowly add a couple more features that we really wanted in soon. But the quest thing was a quality of life. This next one is something brand new. This is a personal resource garden. So one thing I want to highlight in the background here, you see what you guys know today as Park Play. Park Play is actually being renamed to Resource Gardens. Now, there's a few reasons why we're doing that. And the first one I'm going to highlight here is that during onboarding, you'll be able to place a personal resource garden tile. And this is a brand new card that you see right here in the special category. And I'm going to show you what it's like to play this card. It basically allows me to place my own resource garden anywhere I want. So on the screen here, you see us moving this around. I could place this down my road in my backyard. We've heard fun comments of people saying, oh my gosh, mowing my lawn is going to be so fun now when I've had these. We've heard a lot of fun comments on what these can do. Once it's placed, you simply walk over to collect it. But I want to highlight one exciting thing here. You'll notice it's got 2 feet over the tile instead of defining a resource. That is quite intentional. This has an equal chance of being any resource. So let's say you have no brick in your area. Well, going for a walk on your personal resource garden tiles just might yield that brick or lumber or whatever it is that you may need. So I'm a player, actually. I live in a little bit more of a rural area. And so totems were very big for me. And these are really big for me. Now, when I go on frequent 3-mile walks in my neighborhood. And now I can be walking across my own resource garden while I'm doing that. Very excited about that.
Yeah, I think this really shows how how we often look into how gameplay is different in different areas and how we can improve on that. I think it's really important for a location-based game. And I think what's really cool about this is also our game has this claim, make the world your game board. And this is another opportunity for you as the player to actually make an impact on this game board, to change it in a way that suits your play style best. It's and I think it fits very well with the philosophy of the game that we are trying to do. And yeah, I'm excited of what players are going to do with that. Like, are you placing this on your daily commute, or is it maybe better at your office, so you can just make a quick walk sometimes when you go for a coffee? I want to see what people do with that. I can imagine there could be some really fun ways on growing your own game map. So
I absolutely agree with that. One of the things I'll say too with these, so I can see there's a couple more points we should cover, I guess. One is, are they permanent? Yes, they are. They don't go away in between seasons. They persist across seasons. These will be very exciting to earn. And so the next question is, well, how exactly do I earn them? And let me show you, unless Dom, you have any other comments on this?
I think that's kind of the third feature. So I want to, before we jump into that, I think the teaser is this will be explained with the third feature. And so I'm just, I think we'll answer that in a minute. I just want to go back to the quest sidebar for a moment. We have a question there. Is there have we made sure that it doesn't get in the way of the general gameplay, clicking by accident and stuff like that? I personally and you may add to that, but I personally don't really see how it would, because it's on the left side where there aren't any current gameplay elements that you normally would click on the left side in the game. And also, the worst thing that could happen if you click on it is, oh, you now get the quest reward. So there's not a lot of downside in misclicking, like you couldn't waste anything or something like that. But maybe you have some more input on how you considered placing it there.
Yeah, we did put a lot of thought actually into that. And to be fair, actually, like if I tapped on this journal right now, this would take you to what you currently have if you tap on the journal there. Or if I tap on this shrub quest above it, that would just show me the information at a quick glance for what I do to finish that shrub. And these are intelligently sorted with quests that you complete will go on top. Quests that are brand new that we've pushed out to you will go next in line. Quests that have recently had updates will go after that. And this order can change dynamically. So for example, let's say I don't even have quests visible here. There can be at most 5 of these bubbles. And if I happen to have more, which is not that common, but let's say I did, then that one may even come that was previously not visible at all and come up there. So it helps track. One of the things that I've heard a lot from players is I just accept lots of quests and sometimes I don't even pay attention to what they are. I just go on playing. And we don't want that. You don't want that. We want to make it. We think that's happening because we have not made it easy enough for you to track them. And so we think that this will really help that. So it's true you might touch this if, for example, I was holding the phone in my left hand and I was trying to scrub, pan the screen to the right. Maybe I started touching over here. That could happen, but it's not very common. And I think you'll adapt very quickly. Where muscle memory, you'll never think about it again. It'll be fun.
So we have a quick question about the Catanian friendship quests. How would they show up in this new quest system? How would that look? It's from Matt.
Yeah, we do actually. Boy, I'm sorry, I actually wasn't prepared to show. I should have showed a visual. They work just the same. So they will be listed here. They'll have the same sort priorities. So when you get a new quest, it will appear there. Now, one of the things that we hear is those quests may hang around for a long time. And if that's true, then other quests that are more frequently updated will get pushed above them, but they'll still be there. And then if you were to progress, like let's say you had to collect a whole bunch of shrubs, for example, to complete a friendship quest, that would pop back up to the top and help you remember, oh yeah, that's what I got to do to complete this friendship quest.
So I think that with that, we should jump to the next part. We have a question by Ivan, who's like already giving feedback about the number of tiles you get for a card, but I think all of that will be answered in a minute. And then once you've actually tried it out and seen how this performs in the actual live game, I would love to hear this feedback,
Agreed.
Please keep it coming, but give us a chance to at least try it out. Before saying we are too stingy with this.
I agree. Let's talk about this new feature, Explorer Points. This is honestly something that I have wanted in this game for maybe 18 months. I've really badly wanted this feature and it's finally here. And this is directly answering a lot of, frankly, the complaints that we have heard from you, which I personally have also felt. And that's what do I get? What's the big picture? What do I get from winning the season? And you get, of course, I mean, like what do I get if I win a physical board game of Catan? Well, the feeling of satisfaction of a win, right? Or the memories of playing or whatever else it may be, the teamwork, camaraderie, a variety of other things. But we felt like we could do one better in this game. And so now every time and also similarly, when you level up, we have wanted to improve what happens when you level up for a while. And so now that happens with Explorer Points. Every time you level up, and every time I finish a season, I'll get to earn these Explorer Points. And Gilda has a new little, she starts to let you in here. She says, these are Explorer Points, strictly for skilled explorers like you. Use them to buy special EP items, which we'll talk more about in a second. There are several ways to earn EP. You can complete the daily hard quest now. It's one of the ways that you can earn an EP every day. Leveling up and end of season rewards. So this will be the most precious currency that we have in the entire game now. Very, very excited to have this currency in there. The first and only item that we have today to buy it, but there are many, many more things planned, is the now personal resource garden tiles. So over time, as you complete daily hard quests, as you level up, and as you play seasons, actually win or lose, we'll get into that in a second, you can earn more and more of these personal resource garden tiles. So how much do you get for the daily hard quest? You get 1. For leveling up, you get, it starts at level 3 for new players. These will be introduced at level 3, and you'll get 5 Explorer points every time you level up. For players who are past that now, you'll be retroactively given these points. You'll get a base 10 plus 5 more for each level after 3. So for example, if I was level 4, then I would get the base 10 plus another 10. So I get 20 Explorer points in order to earn these. For winning a season, I get 1 Explorer point if I get 3rd place, 5 if I get 2nd place, my team does, and 10 if we get 1st place. And that's for both the global game and the local game. So if you get 1st in both, you would get 20 Explorer points.
So, so I think that already answers the question from Givres Sefina, I think is, I would sorry about that. It's hard to read. If you have any follow-up question, let me know. But what I'm wondering is, what level does this unlock at? Is this right from the start, or do I have to reach a certain level for this to be active?
Level 3. Yes, and that may change in our next build, but in the build as of today, it's currently level 3.
So there's a question from Skin Dog. They are asking, are these purely personal? Like, do you only see them yourself, or do we have any intention of making them visible for others? So I think I can straight answer that with no, we are not making this available for others. I think this has also a lot of different reasons. I think one of the big reasons that is that it's also a safety reason. Like, we don't want people to see what your daily commute is, where you live, you know, like it has all these implications that would enable other players to get your personal information. And that's something where we are very aware of. And so that's why we are very careful with these kind of things, how you can basically, what you show other people of your like presence on the map or your gameplay. So yeah, whenever, you know, like these kind of data points show up, we are very careful of like, and make a clear decision of what to show other players and what not. And so that's why I don't see us ever making these tiles available for everyone. But maybe you have something to add.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, privacy is very, very important to us, especially if you're putting these at your home. We have tossed around the idea of perhaps there's a way to share these with friends. And maybe that might be a good question, Dom, to ask people in the future if that's something they would like the option to add on. But as of right now, there's no immediate plans due to privacy for that.
Yeah, I think that friends might be something to like investigate and think about. Yeah, but for now, we don't have anything planned. Yeah. So I think there's this, we see a little bit of like talk about this. You said it's about when you level up, you get these explorer points, but a lot of our viewers, they are already high level players. And so I think there's a way of giving explorer points to those players when the feature launches, right?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you'll get 10 explorer points plus 5 more per level after 3 retroactively. Those will be in your inbox. So when we go live with this build, check your inbox and you should have a whole lot of explorer points waiting for you, depending on what level you are.
So I'm just looking through the questions, sorry, because there were many asking this basically. So I'm just like trying to pass where the new questions start. Yeah, that's an important one. I think Ando is asking, do they carry over to the next season? So do you keep these explorer points when the season resets?
Yes, you do. Absolutely, you do.
Perfect. So we had this last time. So Random Explorers is asking about if the global winner is still determined by global VP, which is skewed towards the faction with more players. And we've talked about this in our last live stream, that we are aware of this and that we are implementing features or changes to make this less impactful or even completely mitigate this? Maybe you can hint at a few of these again that you've already mentioned.
Yeah, I can. So in fact, we'll be live with this build, but now the team that is, depending on how far you're trailing, the daily hard quest can earn, like if you're severely trailing, they can earn up to 50 VP, bonus VP from completing a daily hard quest. That is a substantial amount of VP. Now, of course, it still takes some committed players. And so, for example, I'm on Team Yellow. Go Eagles! And last season, we were trailing by a good amount. Well, as a committed player, if I could do the hard quest and earn 50 VP, that sounds like a fun challenge to me. Now I feel like we can be small but mighty together. And so the amount of bonus VP you can earn from that adjusts based on how far behind we are. We don't want to make it unfair, of course, the other way. But we're working to fine tune exactly what the right balance is. But as an Eagle, I can definitely say, having been trailing by quite a bit, we want to do work to make it where even a smaller team has a competitive chance if they really go for it. And so I don't think we're done yet, but we've got a nice stepping stone, and we'll continue to monitor it.
So Emily and Darkwing are asking the obligatory question: when is this launching? And I think you're going to give the obligatory answer, Nate.
I am. Very soon. That's the obligatory answer.
So coming back to more substantial topics. With this, Even is asking again, are there any other type of season winners? And I think this with the EP, with the Explorer Points feature, and I think this is just something where we have to clarify, you get this both for the global scoring and for the regional scoring. So it's not either or, it's both. So I think if I'm correct, and just to make sure, because I want to make sure I understood this as well, like if you win on a global level and on a regional level, you can get up to 20 Explorer points per
That's
season
correct.
right now, at least. Yeah.
Yes.
So everything
for
is
example,
always subject to change, of course, with the beta.
Yes. So let's say, so last season, right, on Team Yellow, we got third place in the global game. So that would have been 1 Explorer point. But in my local game, I got first place. So that was worth 10 Explorer points. So I still earned 11 Explorer points at the end of last season. That's how it will work.
Cool.
Dom, maybe before, because I've seen some questions that pertain to my next slide. So I'm thinking maybe I should show that.
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right. We have a new shop. So as I showed you, the icon moved down to the corner, but we also have just given it a revamp to make it a little prettier, a little easier to use, and to allow some specials in here, which you'll see right away. And I'll talk more about those in the next slide. But first, just so you can take it in, kind of here's a new beautiful shop. I'm really, really happy with how this looks out. We have the new tab system. So we're kind of throughout this entire game now, we're slowly adding the ability to swipe left and swipe right to switch between these tab headers that we have up at the top, which makes it much easier to navigate this game with one hand while you're out and about walking. And I'll pause right here. We have a brand new tab, which is the Explorer Point tab. So this is the personal resource garden tile. It costs you 15 Explorer points to earn one of these. And she gave Gilda a nice little tip here of ways to earn these. There will be many more items that we are on our roadmap, and that's all I can say today. But this store will expand, and we want people to, when they play a season or when they're doing the daily hard quest or when they level up, to be very excited about changing some things about their game. And so we'll just say this will be the most precious meta game currency that we have in the game. And one obvious question, in fact, let me address this right away, I'm sure somebody will ask, is can I buy these? The typical answer is no. We don't, as of today, I'll put an asterisk on that. We have no plans to ever let players just outright buy Explorer points. Having said that, there are some things like these new player specials that we will have some special event or special temporary timed bundles where you could get a small quantity of Explorer points. And so we'll show some of these bundles here in a second and what they look like. I'll pause on this one right here. So this offer expires, this is obviously dev in 162 hours, but it gives you a few things: some resource limit, a development card limit, a mini game limit, and a rare bundle of mini game cards. But let me get to more. I'm gonna go to the next slide here and show you why won't let me go to the next slide. That's weird. And it's been taken out, so never mind. Actually, I thought I was going to show you some of the bundles, but I can just highlight some of the bundles. Actually, we have 4 when you reach level 3, and this will be retroactively offered to players who are past level 3. We'll have 3 different bundles for 100 coins. We wanted them. This is the most discounted bundle we think we'll ever have in the game, so I would highly recommend it. It will include, for 100 coins, you can get let me check my list before I say it's wrong. 5 Explorer points, 10 resource limit increase, 1 greater range, and 1 scout. Then that is one bundle. There's another one for 100 coins. This is called the Builder Welcome Pack, and it's also 5 Explorer points, and then a 5 increase in the dev card limit, or building card limit, sorry, and Plentiful Harvest. And the last bundle is for 100 coins. That's the Gamer Pack, and that also includes 5 Explorer points, a minigame card limit increase of 5 units, and a rare minigame bundle. So each of those are 100 coins each. You could buy all 3 if you wanted for 300 coin, and they're all a 90% discount. So it's a huge discount on those bundles. And we have some bundles at level 1 and some bundles at level 5. Those are the only bundles we have at the moment. We probably will do more in the future, but that's all we have today. But we're trying to set up to create these great offerings. That's something we have heard from players that Pokemon Go offers, and they'd like to see it in our game. And so now we have it.
So just to clarify, these starter packs that give these Explorer points, they are one-time purchase. So these are currently in the game. The only way to buy these, it's when you reach a certain level, you are one-time offered this, but it's not, it's one-time purchase. And also, this is not something like every weekend you get a new one-time purchase bundle. It's like a one lifetime, basically, thing that happens to your account. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify this because because it's such a it's probably such a highly valued currency, so it becomes even more valued if you can only get it actually through gameplay, winning the season, achieving something in game. Will existing players get those bundles retroactively, says Skindog?
Yes, they will. They will still have the time limitation set upon them, so you won't have very long. I think it's 2 days for one bundle and a week for another. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact timing offhand, but they will have a timer on there, but you will get a retroactive offer if you would like to purchase their bundles. And as of now, I can say this could change in the future. As of now, we have no plans to ever offer a discount as nice as we're going to give on this, so I would highly recommend them.
Yeah, and Andu is asking, are the 100 coin bundles only purchasable once? I think we've just answered that. The answer is
absolutely.
Yes. I think there's another good question that we should answer. It's Fiddleheads. They are asking, can you take the garden tiles on holiday with you? And I think the quick answer is yes, but it's a little bit more complicated, and maybe you can quickly explain how you move garden tiles or how that works.
The answer is no, actually, sadly. So as of right now, resource garden tiles, once you place them, they are persistent. We will certainly have in a future build a way to remove them, but much like relocating a golden settlement, it's not something that we want players to do often. We'll give you an option to do that. It'll probably be a paid option in the store. We haven't quite finalized those details yet. So that will be an option in the future. It doesn't exist today, but it's not something we want players to do frequently.
So Wim says if a player has already maxed their storage, will purchasing the bundle further increase their storage?
It will not, actually. It will not currently today.
So I'm seeing a few comments by Evan, who's already suggesting updates and changes to like our system. And I just want to say again, give us the chance, play it, and then please leave your feedback in the forum. We want that feedback. I personally just think it's a little bit too early to like to talk about the detailed numbers, like experience how garden tiles work once, and then tell us if you don't like it or if the balancing isn't right. Like give us this chance.
Agreed.
So let me just, so if you have any further questions, it's best probably to leave it now. We are heading to the rather end of the live stream. So if there's any pressing questions, please post them now. I'm going through all the questions now, if there's something we forgot, missed, and anything new. And yeah, maybe you see something, Nate, that you want to pick out.
I'll tackle two real quick. First one from Ivy. What time is it for you, Dominic and Nate? It's 12:30 in the morning for me. Dom, 9:30.
And yeah, it's 9:30 right now for me. And so just to give you a perspective why we are doing it this way, we've picked this time not because it is convenient to us. Like it's like we picked this because it's the only time that seems kind of like we're all like we have currently 5 countries in beta, and if you look at their different time zones, this is the only time where none of them like would have to join at 3 in the morning. So
yeah,
it's like the best balance where like, oh, this one country can watch this at 8 at night, but this other country at 3 in the afternoon, but this other country at night. Like one of our beta countries is Switzerland. So this means like, for example, Switzerland can watch this at 9 in the morning. So yeah. And so, yeah, this is how we came to this time.
It does. Thanks for asking, Ivy. I see, so I want to hit this one. Skin Dog says, do you have plans for improving the mayor and achievement/badges system? They could work well integrated with these new features. The answer is yes, we do have plans for both of them. In fact, the badge system updates will come first. I'm not ready to say more about that yet. But it will come first. And the mayor system, frankly, it's never had the love that we wanted in communicating the status of the mayor and who's the mayor, and frankly, how do you earn the mayor and what does that even mean? And there's a lot of communication that we can do better in the game. And stay tuned for both of those things.
So I think we kind of answered the next question already. It's from Lotte. They are saying it's about the team imbalance, and we've already addressed how we want to fix this for like the competition. And then there's this other question: is it possible to change teams? And so currently it is possible to change your team, but you have to contact the support to do that. So and I don't know. There might be a limit on that, how often you can do
there
that via
is.
support. I think it's 2 times maybe or something like that. It's a very limited time. Oh, it's only one? Oh,
yes.
So be careful about that. But there will probably be, and that's something for you to say, will there be something in the game to actually do that in the future?
There will be in the future. Frankly, I won in the game, players won in the game. We'll have a team change medallion very similar to Pokemon Go. It's not in there yet just because we prioritize other things first, but it will come. In the meantime, Dom is right. Contact support if that's something crucial. But what's more important to me is not that players will change teams to a winning team. It's that we balance. So even a small but mighty team can still win, which I think that victory might feel even more sweet. That's really what I want to spend my energy accomplishing.
Yeah, I think that is a big achievement if we manage that. Actually, the underdog team can win the same with a good chance compared to the team that already has the most players.
Yeah.
Russell is asking, how often can you walk on a garden tile?
I'm a little hesitant that we're still playing with some numbers, actually. As of right now, it's once an hour is what it is. And so go
I
ahead.
think you didn't. I think you missed the question. I think the answer is infinity amount of times if you have the right amount of time. You know.
Ah, yes.
So they
Yes.
don't get used up. I think is what we want to say. But
That's a
you're
true
right.
statement.
I think what the question actually cuts into, like what the true nature of the question is like how often do they recover or
Refresh, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, we haven't determined that number at this point, and we're still tweaking the balancing here.
Yes. I'm seeing a couple comments at how much, I'm a blue bear, how much cooler can I get? The Eagles are the best. Dom, I think, disagrees, but you can't get cooler than that.
So Fina is asking, do you have a plan on bringing new countries into the beta, or do we have to wait till release? So I think it's very likely that you have to wait till release. We are not planning on like a slow rollout or something like that, as people have been maybe suspecting or something, like making theorized. It's for us, it's we added these countries to have a nice like a good balance of testers, but our target is to make the game ready, make it as good as it can be, and then get it out to everyone. And so maybe like there's always like I don't want to say it won't happen, you know, like because there might be testing reasons why we have to add another country or something like that, but it's not something we are planning to do. So yeah.
Sharon Young says, is there a bug fix for the dice issue in the minigame? The dice can spin uncontrollably and can't be tossed. Yeah, there was a bug where it was two separate mini games on top of each other, which caused multiple dice to be on top of each other, and then the physics would collide. That's some more technical than you probably cared, but that's what was happening. That bug has been fixed in 127. So yes, that's coming in the next build.
So Ando is asking about what happens if you've maxed out RP, and are there coming more cards to be unlocked? I think I think we have answered this in the last live stream already, but I think it doesn't hurt to mention this quickly again.
Absolutely. So yes, absolutely. There are more cards coming. Timing wise, we're not in a rush to add these new cards because it's more than just new cards. And that's all I'll say about that right now. So we're not in a rush to do that soon, but we have a lot of that work already done. There also will be some other uses for RP. So to those of you that, it's a very small percentage of you, by the way, and congratulations to you that have done this, but to those of you that have unlocked all of the cards, RP, I would encourage you to continue to happily collect it. And you will be very excited when some features in the future roll out.
So I see two questions here, one from Thinky Song and the other one is from YM. They are both talking about certain bugs, but from what they are saying, I can't 100% pass what the actual bug is. And so I just want to highlight again that the live stream is not the best place to basically report bugs, because we don't have the time to write anything down. We can't ask follow-up questions. And so that's why I would highly encourage you and really ask you to share both these bugs in the forum, because then we can actually follow up on them efficiently and actually fix them. So thank you for reporting. Yeah, that is highly appreciated.
Yeah, I agree. And Benjamin talked about the friendship quests. He says, you know, if I've got 5 friendship quests, wouldn't that clog up the quest log? Because the way the quests that have updates will automatically roll up to the top, or quests you've completed, they will only very temporarily clog that up, and then it will more intelligently solve itself. Try it out and then give us feedback if you still think it's an issue. Katrina says, will there be a fix for the fast moving bug? I'm thrilled to say that is fixed in 127. So yes, very soon. And that was frustrating, Katrina. I'm sorry to everybody that has affected, but that will be fixed. Now the game still will, to be clear, you still can't play the game, and we still legally actually need to give the fast moving warning. So those aren't going away. But the bug that made it basically unplayable, that has been resolved.
Yes, so there's so much coming in. I just can't follow up with
Skin Dog says there's a massive risk everyone will move to blue now that there's an EP reason to do so. I sure hope you're wrong, Skin Dog. We'll find out when this goes out. I don't think that it's going to happen at all. Personally, I think I personally have too much pride to do that. I know not everybody will feel the same way that I do, but we're working very hard to make the game self-regulate. So let's stay tuned before we start jumping to conclusions. And if it does, we have some other things up our sleeve. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think there's something where we have to test and then a little bit of iteration. I think that's exactly what the beta is for. And so it might turn out that you're right, but that won't stop us from changing things to make you wrong.
Yes, that's correct. Yes. Karthik asks, can we use EP in other transactions apart from in-game ones like unlocking cars and stuff? The answer is no. You'll only be able to spend EP to buy things from the new EP section in the store. And although there's only one item in there today, that will expand a lot over time. So stay tuned.
So GRY has mentioned there's this bug where the minigame bag inventory count is wrongly pointing to the building bag inventory count. As far as I'm aware, we have been working on this bug, but maybe you have a status update.
I think it's fixed. I'm hesitant to go on record saying that. We are certainly aware of the bug, and we actually have been in progress of the bug. I'm pretty sure it's fixed in 127. If not, it's definitely the following build.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So maybe it's not fixed in the next one, but it will be will be fixed soon. That's good. So I think what Random Explorer is asking is what happens if you buy these bundles and then go over the limits? I think we've already mentioned this. The limit gets forfeited. You can't actually buy over the regular limit with buying the bundles. So I hope that answers the question.
So Fiddlehead says, talks about mayor recognition showing up is the only way we can see who else has been visiting a settlement. We need this for team recognition. Let me pause here first before I continue reading and saying, there also is just the progress of the settlement itself. Helps a lot. I know I visited, I was traveling and I was in an airport and saw some progress in the airport, and it was really cool to see, like, wow, I wonder who's playing here. So that's pretty exciting to see. But he continues to say, especially without being able to communicate with non-functioning chat rooms, will you ever fix defunct chat rooms that have never worked? Please highlight that. That's the kind of stuff where I would love to get that fixed for you. Can you give us as much detail as possible? Exactly what chat room? Is it all chat rooms? What device? Give us the more information possible. I would love to get that fixed for you.
So Benjamin asks about if we're going to tweak the crane and stable house so that it provides tier 3 building cards, because I think normally they grant RP, and that is not useful for players who have basically unlocked everything already. Like my guess would be, you start.
So two things here. As I already said with RP, there's more coming for it. So stay tuned for that. But number two, I'll say, is the vast majority of players. Frankly, there was a time where we wanted to see what happened if we tuned up how much RP players got, and we way overtuned it. And so there were some other players that have had a pretty nice advantage to unlock all the cards. That is not true for most players. So we do not plan on changing those buildings today, but we may tomorrow. That's the beauty of seasons, is we love mixing up the Gilda loves, changing what happens in the game. And so she may do some crazy things for you guys, but in the next couple seasons, that's not on the current radar, but stay tuned. There will be use for your RP.
Yeah, also I think there's inherently in a game where you make progress, there's always this, some things in the game will be more valuable, more attractive to an early player, other things more to an advanced player. So I think there's always, like, what kind of buildings you prioritize might change throughout your throughout your leveling up. I think that's also a normal process sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bamboo Ninja is reporting a bug about swiping the game needing restart. Can you, like, that's something that is best addressed via the forum.
Yeah.
Just saying that again, I don't know the details of this bug, so, and I don't think you either, Nate.
I don't either, yeah.
So we will have to tell you to go to the forum and please report it there so we can make sure that we can fix it. So
Benjamin made a comment about some hard to complete friendship quests. Feel free to, if you have feedback on that stuff, I mean, we pay attention to that forum. Feel free to post, hey, I think this might be too challenging. Some of them, especially the later levels of friendship quests, we made those intentionally challenging, but if you think it's unfair, post about it in the forums and let's talk about it there.
So Jen Lee is asking about an incoming team rebalance. I just want to clarify, we are not going to rebalance teams. We are just changing the way how you score victory points if you're behind. So we will not force you in another team. That's not something we are planning at this point.
Fatalfa says, can we get at the end of season the top 3 players a reward or something in our local region? If I'm understanding the question correctly, I will say that I want to do a lot more with what happens at the end of a season. And I'll just say, stay tuned for that. But I think there will be some changes that will make a lot of people happy. That's not in the next couple builds, but I think it won't be too far after that.
So already answered that one.
Yeah, the questions about RP, we're not ready to reveal yet, but I promise you there's more uses for RP coming. We just aren't ready to share what they are yet.
Yeah, I think there's also a question from Ivan about what specific quests the Garden Tiles contribute to. So I have no idea what Catanian Erlin's quest is, to be honest. So I think that's something you just have to figure out when the game comes out.
Fiddlehead, I see your message again that you said you've already reported the chat. I'll follow up with this for you. Stay tuned.
Updates on so we have a lot of questions about what RPs can be used for. As we already said, this is not going to be something like, not something we can answer at this point.
Yeah. So Manoj says, if there's a game change, can it be implemented during a new season and not during the middle of the season? Yeah, we did. This is a tricky balance for us. With the month-long season, there's some new features that we want to push out to players without waiting too long. And sometimes timing in dev world is not always predictable. We do our best, it's not always predictable. So I will say that we strive to make large changes exclusively during season changes. That may not be 100% true, and there are some exceptions, probably especially while we're in beta. But yes, generally I agree with you, and we try to do that.
So Fiddlehead is asking about the quest limit. They are saying some players have 4 quest limit, others have only 3, and that is not true anymore as far as I'm aware. If you know about players who still have 4 quest limit, please report this. This should be a bug then, because we recently put everyone on the same level again. Some legacy players before we did some balancing changes and prepared everything for the new Explorer point level update stuff. Yeah, we had basically awarded additional quest slots through leveling up, and that has all been reset. And so it should not be an issue anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was a legacy thing. It's going away. Should already be gone. We have some fun. This is why I love this is why we love doing live streams, because comments like this. Thank you, Daniel, saying, are these live streams run for most build releases? I'm really enjoying this. Dominic and I know enjoy this quite a bit as well. I can't say it'll be done for every build release, but for some pretty major ones like this one is, and I think the next one might be as well. We will probably do them for those.
We are trying. Sometimes things get in the way, you know, like everyone is super busy because of other things, but I'm trying to do them as often as we can. And I think that normally means for every new release, but we can't promise it because, yeah, we also have other duties sometimes, and then our time, we have to find a time slot where we both are available, stuff like that. It sometimes makes it not possible to do one. And so, yeah, that's what it comes down to sometimes.
Yeah, agreed. Benjamin says, thank you for the clarification updates, Dominate. Appreciate your time and patience to read through the community comments. Keep them coming. The reason I took this is because we do listen to the community. That's very, very important to both Dominic and I. Dominic's a community manager. He does a great job. And as the game designer, I care a lot. Dominic does these great sentiment reports where we get to see what you guys care most about. And I'm constantly pursuing things. Sometimes I'm lurking in the shadows and other places, even outside of our forums. I love listening to what you guys have to say. That doesn't mean that we will always do what you want. In fact, I can guarantee that won't always happen. But I can say we are definitely listening. So thanks for sharing.
So I think just following up on Ivan's question about Erlen's quest, which is walk 200 park tiles. So I would assume that this would count for personal personal resource garden tiles as well. And if it doesn't, it would probably be a bug. So I'm not sure if this quest was updated in the latest build. So I think we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's probably true. There is questions about specific XP. We won't share specific numbers on any of that. But there's been some impressive work done on the community wiki and some other stuff. And frankly, during a beta, it could change. It probably will change anyway. So stay tuned for all that. So
I think we are reaching the end of the question. Oh, sorry, you wanted to say something.
One last one I see here from a random explorer. It says, can the developers consider a reset of the EP spent whenever there are new items in the EP shop? It's a good question. I will say that as of right now, we do not currently have a plan to do that. Having said that, as a player, I would understand the desire, like, oh my gosh, this new thing was added, and I really would have rather spent my EP over on this. That matters to us. We're listening. So I can't say one way or the other for sure today, but I totally understand the sentiment and desire. Stay tuned.
So I think there's nothing new coming in. We've talked about the in-game chat already. Thank you for all the appreciative comments that I'm reading. That yeah, in the question section, thank you for saying all these nice things. Yeah, we really are trying to do these streams whenever we can. And so I think, yeah, if you have any final questions, now is the time to ask them. Otherwise, yeah, we are at the end of our stream.
There's a couple more bug reports. Again, please just feel free to log those bug reports. People asking for us to share some specific numbers. This is not the right forum. We wouldn't be sharing those here. for certain values. But again, check the wiki, engage in the forums, etc.
Yeah,
they get
we also,
plus they could change.
yeah, also we are probably not those people who like, you know, like that's we have other colleagues who are like finalize the number specifically sometimes, and so we don't want to like commit on anything at this point when then like it turns out this was changed or so.
Yeah.
I would expect Catan AI to maybe post something on the forum about like the details of like the certain update if we make any changes. That's what I would rather look for in this kind of yeah, with these kind of changes, so we can document them properly.
Jaiwei asked about new buildings coming. We've already shared. Stay tuned. There will be more done with RP. Catan, Australia says, would you consider making the animations faster? All animations should be skippable. I think there are a few lingering that are not, and stay tuned. Our goal is to make animation. My goal is to respect people's time and to make things fast and or skippable. So stay tuned for those.
So yeah,
that's it, Dom.
We've worked through all of them.
We did.
Thank you for participating in the live stream. Thanks for all your questions, and we are super excited to get this update out to you. I think, I think you as well, Nate.
Yes.
Yeah, and we want to hear what you think. You know, tell us in the forum. Like, as I said, report bugs. If the new build has any bugs, let us know. But we also want to know what you think about the changes that we made. And yeah, thank you for watching.
It's so great to have such a positive community that shares, that we can have these kinds of dialogues. So thank you guys for joining us.